Hi, I'm Zac Farnell. Thank you for joining me for another edition of your Timberlane weather update. Well, as mentioned before the February break, this is the unofficial start of spring for many areas, including our own. And despite that unofficial status, Mother Nature put a big, fat, official stamp all over that. February break was filled with 60 degrees highs and a whole lot of rain, including overnight last night. We saw up to 2 inches of rain falling across much of the area. And as they say around springtime, April showers bring May flowers. I'd like to see their forecast following this storm. If you were to project this out, by the time we hit May, we might be seeing a tropical rainforest across much of the district. In all seriousness though, this has been just about the warmest winter on record. Since this season is coming to an end, let's take a quick recap. Across much of our area, those deep reds that you see mean that this was the warmest winter on record for this area. The Midwest saw just about the same thing, although a little bit more widespread. Those less dark reds, more just your blood reds across much of New England and the Midwest. That's a top 5 warmest winter on record. So along with this, let's take a look at what that did to our snowfall totals. Boston, about 30 inches below average. Didn't get a whole lot better as you get up towards Bangor and Burlington. Again, 30 inches below average. And although they get a whole lot more snow than we do, Syracuse, 60 inches below their normal snowfall totals for the year. So right off the heels of a very warm and not so wintry winter, we're seeing that pattern continue. Yesterday, although not quite as warm as we were forecasting, just about reached the 50s, and more inland expect some of those 55-degree temperatures. You can see this nice cold front slicing across the Midwest. That'll be dealing with us later in the week. Overnight, not a whole lot of temperature drop into the mid-40s, and today we saw just about the same temperatures, mid to low 40s across much of the area, as the rainstorm that we were dealing with for the last 24 hours finally begins to move away after causing some pretty major impacts. You can still see it on satellite, however, it is still spinning off in the Atlantic, giving us our final bit of cloudiness and rain showers across much of the area. Round 2 begins as we look towards the middle part of the country. This bout of clouds you can see on the general forecast for the fronts map. This thing is going to get us a whole lot of rain as we get towards next Sunday. If you think the rainy pattern is finally over, you'd be 100% dead wrong. Look at this storm as we get towards Saturday. I'm going to move this way again. You see it's a bit disjointed, but again, we're still seeing a pretty large mass of clouds and rain. This moving across the U.S., expecting it to coalesce into one big low pressure system as we get towards Sunday now. Again, look at that one, very strong as it heads over our area. Again, it's to the west of us, meaning that we will see a warm up, whole lot of rain, and it falls down as the temperatures drop as well. As we look towards our 5-day forecast, that springtime air is certainly here to stay. Friday, we're expecting some 50s as we get a little bit of a drop off on Saturday. We resume the warm up on Sunday, although it rains back out into some of those colder temperatures on Monday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, it'll be the 50s, mid 40s overall, but some of those lows you can see getting close to frost. These are probably going to be one of the last freezes of the season, so if you're looking for some warmer weather, looks like this might be one of the last times we hit freezing. Looking towards next week, we see a beautiful day next Wednesday, an early March type of a day. Maybe not as much clouds as we'd expect, as it's going to be absolutely perfectly sunny. A very springtime type day on Thursday with a mix of sun and clouds, getting over towards some of those warmer 60-degree temperatures on Friday. Next Saturday and Sunday, expect some general showers for our area, although it looks like it'll probably be pretty warm as well. I'm Zac Farnell. If you're looking for a forecast for the upcoming Project Hope fashion show, it looks like the rain will be missing us, so expect to wear any of your fashionable suits and dresses out into the outdoors. It'll be perfectly fine for all of that and a whole lot more. Thank you very much for joining me, hoping for a more usual type spring as we get towards the March and April time. Hopefully we do not continue to see these rainy patterns. Generally, it's been pretty flooding across much of the area, and we hope we see less of that as we get towards this spring. Thank you very much for joining me. Once again, back on air, Zac Farnell.